All this was orchestrated, planned, well planned, engineered,
by Zeph
by Zeph Mothopeng. That's why we say he's the mastermind of the June 1976.
Was the plan happening inside there?
Right here.
Inside the house?
Right here, right here, people. Madagascar.
Thank you. I think there's no other way to end this podcast than this. Nothing I'll say will sound cooler than this. Thank you for watching NippyCast, straight from Zeph Mothopeng's house outside here. Chovicho, let's sign out. His spirit is here right now. Chovicho.
Why you sacrificing with basis? I'm gonna kill this one. My grandchild is not dysfunctional. Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Including everyone.
NippyCast.
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Hola, hater. Who's it? This is another NippyCast. In fact, nowadays these things are more or less special editions or special something. Because I was like, okay, today I'm going to Soweto. And my friend's like, we're going to Soweto. It's like, okay. There is a very historical place right behind the popularly known as the Hector Peterson Memorial. Okay, today is the 16th of June. 16th of June.
Tongue twist.
Tongue twister. So we're right behind Hector Peterson Memorial. We are recording Precinct, yes. Yeah. We're recording straight from Zeph Mothopeng Street by the corner, and we are recording in front of Zeph Mothopeng's house right here. Yeah. That I'll show you later on. But now I want us to go back to the point why we thought when in the morning when my friend was telling me let's go to Soweto, we were running some errands and they were like June 16th. Wow, this is the best place to be. Definitely. So come towards the mic, my man. Let me introduce you very nicely. Oh, you follow the podcast as well, right?
Yes, quite a bit, a lot of times. Man.
This is Reginald Mothopeng. He is the grandchild of Zeph Mothopeng.
Yes.
And now, I'm sure all of you are like, who's this guy? Because more often than not, you get told the other stories. Today, we're going to tell the stories that no one probably has told you, unless if you read a lot of books or if you were there.
Yeah. So
please, my man, let's go back to the year when your grandfather was active here. Did it all start here?
Yeah, this basically is the mastermind of the June 1976, that 76 event did not just fall from heaven. Boom, 76 is happening today. No.
And the members of the Black Consciousness Movement. Well, sometimes, of course, history now, as written by the liberals, has depicted this 1976 student uprising as spontaneous movement of the students, only fighting against Bantu education. Well, let it be so.
All this was orchestrated, planned, well planned, engineered,
by Zeph
Mothopeng. That's why we say he's the mastermind of the June 1976.
Was the plan happening inside there?
Right here.
Inside the house?
Right here, right here, people. Right here.
Okay, go on.
In just prior to 76, he had already predicted of what was going to happen, probably a year or probably 3 years earlier, or even before then, way before then, actually.
What was the trigger? I know that human injustice, apartheid, obviously.
The system,
Right. The system was messed up. Like if we reference back to the Robben Island recording, we'll keep going back in and out because Robben Island was where these guys would be taken to, including your former President Mandela, right?
Yeah.
So give me the history and then we'll keep referencing. Yeah.
Okay. So
okay, we're in the middle of the street, so don't mind the noise.
This is the hood.
We're in the hood.
We're in the hood. Welcome to the hood. Welcome to Orlando West.
Sure.
So I'll try to really break it down.
Yeah.
Let's begin from Sharpeville, 21st March 1960.
Yeah.
My grandfather and his peers, that was Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, M.D. Mda, Peter Raboroko, and many others, who have, I would say have been forgotten and not mentioned. These are engineers who actually designed Pan-Africanism in Azania.
Which is a PAC for those who
yes.
don't know. Yeah.
So these are people who actually were interacting with your Kwame Nkrumah.
Can I just hold it right there? PAC is like the grandfather of ANC, ne?
Yeah.
For those who don't know. Can I say that?
Yeah, you know what? You just bigger.
Yeah, we were not lost here. We are literally at the original Tanzania.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're saying. Mm-hmm.
So you look at the networking on how these leaders, African leaders, how they were actually communicating. They wanted a United States of Africa. Okay. That's why when they say from Cape to Cairo, it's United States of Africa. From Morocco to Madagascar is the United States of Africa. So they needed to actually achieve that, because as you know that all the 54 countries in Africa have more or less been colonized, probably except for Ethiopia, So they had to, basically.
Let's just say 99%.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so that they had to take a route. So that is the route that they took in networking up until when now ANC was now going against the program of action of 1949. They had decided that
this is Sharpeville.
No, this is way before Sharpeville. Okay. I'm giving just bits and pieces so that you basically understand. All this, your uncle Zeph Mothopeng, Sobukwe, Mandela, Sisulu, they were all as ANC Youth League.
But by the way, Mandela's house is up the road. Just here.
Yeah, it's just across.
Yeah, just up the road.
2 minutes.
Yeah, you're saying?
Sisulu, 1 minute.
Over there?
Yeah. Bishop, 2 minutes.
Just here?
Just here.
Engineers of freedom.
You know what I'm saying? So we got them all. And many other, leaders around. And if I can quickly then fast forward without really wasting time, because
because I'm sure they're wondering who was this guy?
Yes.
We never got told this. We never got told.
You'll never be told.
I only discovered when I got it. When I was reading that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put up that upon broadcast. You'll see that's like more or less a summary, nyana.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I'll quickly run to how it all started. He became a teacher in Orlando High.
Yeah.
And he came to stay here with his wife. He got married and had children.
Which are your parents?
Which are my parents as well, and cousins and so on. So he then, the first thing he thought of is actually creating a Transvaal Teachers Association, and he became the president of the Transvaal Teachers Association.
Those who don't know, Transvaal is like provinces of then. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to.
Yeah. We need to. Yeah. So. So.
And then which Transvaal of the teachers was it for the Transvaal of here?
Yes, here. Yeah.
What was
Gauteng at that time? I think it was your Gauteng. This sort of.
We've done a podcast like this before. We'll reference back.
Yeah. But Transvaal
But
was basically it was Pretoria. Your Vaal. Your Western.
Is there somewhere? Remember, we even called Tidiara to verify.
West Rand and so on.
It's an old demarcation of the country.
That I don't even understand. Don't ask me about that. But anyway,
he started the association.
Yeah. So he then. So this association was then an association created to fight for the rights of the teachers in terms of their salary, in terms of their ill treatment at work, and so on and so on. Their rights, basically.
Yeah, teachers' rights.
Yes, teachers' rights. Which also basically started spreading nationwide.
Oh, so all the other Transvaals or provinces caught fire.
Yeah. So then. Not really caught fire, but it was just building an association
bit by bit.
with African teachers who need to then fight for themselves, because there was no equality. Salary, you find, like us, they're getting paid, about 50 rand.
But 50 rands of that time,
probably
was a lot. But the point is that they were not getting paid equivalently.
Yeah, and you find probably those ones, they get something like 1.5. So you can see the difference.
Hey, so someone is getting 50.
I'm fit.
Okay, but it doesn't matter what figures it is. But the point is that there was no balance.
Yeah.
There was
equality,
no balance.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, which is called equality as well, because the bottom line of June 16 is fighting for equality. Yeah. You continue with we're still at the association.
So then after that there was also then he then created relationship with his students and started having night schools, within Orlando High. Then he also visited neighboring schools to
do the same.
Link up with Orlando High, and you. That's why you have your Orlando West High School, your Matsike.
You mean that one?
Yeah, just down the road, straight on. Yeah. You've got Matsike, you've got Morris Isaacson, and you have Mnaledi.
The problem is a lot of people come to Villakas, but they don't know where the schools are.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
No,
because I want you to take me from the time when the strike started, how the trajectory.
We'll do that. We'll do that. It's no problem. We still have time. Africa is not in a hurry. But so then he started building all that relationship. Now the first thing he had to establish was venue of this night school. Then the next thing was now to have these students available, so that then he can be able to conscientize them and politicize them.
English, conscientize. Hey. Okay, yeah. Politicize would mean that they should be woke.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. And just make them understand.
We should have brought a dictionary. Yeah.
but that's just the term that you use to describe, at that time.
To put emphasis
of that time, what it was all about, So,
was the government aware of this night classes?
No,
they were not aware.
No,
okay,
no.
I mean, the apartheid government.
Yeah. I mean, he was always under surveillance as well. So, for him to try and avoid a whole lot of attention from the government, media, and all that, that's how he had to work underground, with the youth. So he then, with the neighboring schools, built this network with them. Built even relationship with other teachers like Dr. Kambule, and others, then they started teaching English, mathematics, physics, and all that. So, and then Zeph Mothopeng then started preaching about students going to fight for their rights. One of them was, fight against Bantu education, and the other one was about fighting against Afrikaans as used as a media of what do you call it?
Is it medium of instruction?
Instruction.
Yeah.
Of instruction. Twist of it.
But education is just an apartheid way of schooling the blacks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that is a little force.
Because do you know why I'm
So Potro. Yeah.
Do you know why I keep explaining this? I want a lame person to understand, because politics and think it can be deep, you know. Yeah. So that's why. Yeah. But those who understand.
Yeah. So, but
so fighting Bantu education and Afrikaans as a medium of instruction, education.
Yeah. So then now students on their own with that inspiration, then started within these structures of night schools. Then they started now being subconscious of what is going on. That education, there's no equality in education.
Literally got woke.
Yeah, they actually got woke. Yeah. So then that's how it started, and that is how all these structures, your Black Consciousness Movement,
your Black Consciousness
PASO, Pan-Africanist Students Organization, all then started, propping up.
Can I say the mother of all those things you mentioned?
Yeah,
is from here.
It's right here. Mastermind.
Yeah.
That's the mastermind.
No one has told you this.
Yeah. Nobody has ever mentioned.
They don't want to say it.
Yeah. Nobody will tell you this.
No one cares.
This is for free, guys.
Yeah. Go on.
So but so that's how it all started, and then now word started going around.
People started.
Yeah, so he was now grooming them to say, now guys, but I'll give instructions, to dates on a date on when this whole event will take place, because it has to be nationwide.
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
As you can see, we're still chilling here by Zeph Mothopeng Street, the Orlando West,
Orlando West,
Soweto.
Yeah.
Today is June 16. Yeah. The reason why it happened is because it was engineered in this house.
Yes.
It is a story that no one has told you. Yeah. I'm here to cover it with my friend Reginald Mothopeng. Is the grandchild of Zephania. The advert you just saw now is our sponsor. It's called 6G Chili Beef Biltong with a zest of cannabis. Support it, go buy it. Today we didn't bring because I think they ran out of stock. One time I should also come and bring you some when you come back. I think next time I come here, it will be for Soweto Community Festival. Yeah. I think it's going to be in the next 2 weeks or so.
Okay,
so
great.
You were explaining before the advert that he rolled out the program nationally of consciousness.
Yes, of consciousness. And as this program now was running around, when Uncle Zeph was now supposed to give instruction on the date of when it was to happen,
Activities.
students obviously were a bit impatient, and all this black consciousness started springing up, and then decided, to take action. To take action. And the Pan-Africanist students organization was also involved as well. So,
but apparently,
where also Steve Biko, the Black Consciousness movement, was also involved, who were inspired by Uncle Zeph himself, because they were students directly who were consulting.
Can I repeat that? Yeah. Zephania inspired Steve Biko.
Yes, they were inspired. Yeah, and they
how did he inspire him?
I mean, well, he would give him advice in terms of, so look at, these are your issues as a student. Focus on that. Focus on your Afrikaans.
So Steve Biko was his student. So he was the teacher to Steve Biko, basically.
Yes, he was a teacher.
So inspiration,
not necessarily teaching him directly per se, but he, because Steve Biko, remember, was the leader of Black Consciousness movement, and
can I say mentor?
Mentored. Correct word. He mentored him. Yeah, so he mentored him. I feel like
for better word, teach as well.
Teach as well.
It's the same thing, but it's offline.
Yeah,
it's like after like evening classes, those ones that you're mentioning.
Yeah,
it's similar, right?
Yeah. If you said teacher as well, if you said teacher as well, people will also take it.
Or it was in a classroom, like
then they'll be like, this one is giving us wrong history now. Uncle. Love and peace. Peace and yeah. No, he's my friend. He's one of the uncles as well, who actually got to. You hear? Yeah, who grew up with my dad, who also knew Uncle Zeph here.
Okay.
Thank you, Uncle.
Thank you, Uncle.
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy, not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
As I said before, that's our sponsor, chili beef biltong with a zest of cannabis by 6G. They're the only guys who have been sponsoring us from the beginning. If you want to sponsor us, just inbox us. There's no money.
Ohala.
Yeah, you see. Hey, we need equipment.
God.
Hey, I bet sometimes we have to be checking like audio and sitting. And then sometimes when we're recording, somebody walks. We need bouncers. We need.
Hey.
So we were talking about the consciousness of the what do you call the organization again? It's
PAC.
The PAC, yes, the movement, but it was more underground. This thing.
Yes.
What was going on is that his grandfather was teaching the blacks to be woke, educationally and politically. So he was rolling this thing out throughout the country, teaching others that we don't have to learn education in other people's mother tongues, for example, Afrikaans. And remember, we're not even yet there because even today we still have people learning stuff in Afrikaans. We don't know why, but then he was rolling it out. And then as I was reading through some of the stuff, as I was researching, a little bird whispered in my ear. There's a relationship between your grandfather and Stephen Biko, Bantu Biko.
Yes. Yeah.
Take us through that journey between him and Biko, and the impact that he had, because it sounded like he was his mentor. Your grandfather was,
he was a mentor.
Steve Biko's mentor,
yeah,
type of vibe.
Yeah.
Please take us through that, because some people don't know and then I don't think even Hollywood will make a movie out of this. Yeah, please take us through that.
They would never. But Steve Biko became inspired. They had to, when they were...
Was it part of the evening classes?
It was part of all that program.
Oh, the whole program.
The whole
All right.
program, which Zeph Mothopeng had actually implemented. And hence I'm saying, during that time, students, now they're given the vim or they're activated. The energy.
Yeah, they're activated.
They're activated. You know, now you're told, yeah, now I've got a right. I didn't know I've got a right.
Blacks have got rights?
No. To sort of say I've got a right as a student to fight for, you know,
for my education.
If I feel.
But I'm saying a Bure teacher will say blacks have got rights.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying, no, I'm just kidding.
So it's that kind of thing. So in that way, all these formations, all these structures, then started propping up because they knew that there's only one person who we can go and get instruction from, advise, you know.
And so that person is Zeph
Mothopeng. So that's how the mentorship came about.
Blew up. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how the mentorship came about.
And then there's this PAC. Who is this?
This is PAC.
Hola.
This is PAC. Portco. You see, so yes. Yes.
Come, they can join us. You can join us, guys. You can join us at the back, and you can come. This is gonna be exciting.
Yeah. So this is the PAC, as you know, June 1976.
The engineers of this.
They always pass here, and here's the evidence, you know, of what happens in 16 June, commemorating the Mastermind.
Yeah, you can join us. You can. Soldiers. Everyone can join us. You can come here.
Soldiers. Isolated force. Podcast. We are free.
Wow, it looks like Zephania is waking up now because we never thought they were gonna come.
Oh man, this is nothing.
Let's welcome.
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy, not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Lead the way.
Yeah,
Lead the way.
Israeli forces. Africa. Forces. Azania is burning.
Yeah.
So today I'm being visited by one of my brothers here, Nipro, who holds podcasts around the country.
Yeah.
He also came to commemorate this day with us.
Yeah.
So we are trying to tell the world, South Africa, not Azania, because Azanians we know. So we are trying to teach South Africa that it's not South Africa, it's Azania. And the only person who actually masterminded the June 1976 and this day is in existence was because of Zeph Mothopeng. Yes. Africa. So
that's why we are here.
As you can see here, these are militant, Potco, well-trained, who have come to dedicate and commemorate this day. A man who has not been actually honored, and it's a very rich history, that we have here. So as you can see, everybody is in highest vibes, because of this day. Not high spirits of people who died on that day, but high spirits of receiving blessings from these people and sending a statement, to be where we are today, even though we are still not Uhuru. Israeletu.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other Mafrika who would like to just probably
Speak.
We have commissars.
Israeletu.
Yeah, Africa.
Israeletu. Africa. One settler.
One bullet.
One
settler.
Each bullet.
Take us forward.
No surrender.
No compromise.
No compromise.
No surrender.
Africa.
Greetings to all the viewers at home during this podcast period. We greet you all in the name of the liberator of this country, which is affectionately known as South Africa, but as the Africanists, we recognize it as Azania. And we are here today not to celebrate, but to commemorate the life that was sacrificed by this martyr, our father, Uncle Zeph Mothopeng. We are here also to pay homage to those that he has left behind and the legacy that he has left behind. As a result, you see us now today talking in behalf of what of the legacy that he has left behind. But without saying a lot in terms of my introduction, I would like to also get into the crux of the matter, which signifies the day that we are commemorating today. Apparently, in the current books of history in South Africa, it is mentioned that this day came as a result of all other so-called liberation movements who liberated us, and the fact that it was also about the struggle for Afrikaans, where students they were defying the Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Unfortunately, that's not the entire truth, because the actual truth speaks to the fact that actually there was a secret trial that was taking place that took place after the atrocities of 1976, where Ntate Mothopeng, Uncle Zeph, was the accused number one on the day. Second to him, it was Tatu Kanya. He was second accused. That trial was called the 18 Bethel Trialists. And it was so secretive to a point that nobody knew of what was happening on the other side. You know, even the media at the time, they were busy, you know, issuing propaganda outside there, telling people about this distorted history, which has no significance whatsoever towards our liberation. So that trial took place immediately after those atrocities. And 18 of those people who were accused, if my facts are correct, I think about 4 or so of the members were members of the Azab. Now this is what Uncle Zeph was accused of. He was accused of being the mastermind behind the atrocities of 1976. Now, underline that. Why would a government of apartheid choose this one individual who happened to be the member of the National Executive Committee of the PAC and decided to sentence him to Robben Island for 1976?
This episode is proudly sponsored by the cannabis-flavored 6G chili beef biltong. Enjoy, not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Now we are here in Africa to clarify those distorted histories, to say you will never find this history in the history books, in the current curriculum at school. The only way to get this history is to come and be member of the PAC, is to become an African, is to come and be part with us. Then you'll get to know why the PAC exists and why Ntate Mothopeng suffered so much more than any other prisoner who was sentenced in Robben Island at the time. And the most tortured prisoner in the history of the country. Why? Because he only wanted one thing. The PAC is fighting for a noble cause, which is the land restoration. We are saying, if you don't have land as Africans, it matters not how much money you have, because you're going to need to utilize that money based on land. So if you don't have land, you are simply a poor person in your own country. So Ntate Mothopeng was fighting for that noble cause. And we are here to ensure that legacy of Ntate Mothopeng, of Tatu Sobukwe continues as the PAC. And many obituaries have been written of the PAC, that the PAC is dying. PAC does not know what it wants. But unfortunately, we have been vindicated today. Because if you look at what is happening in the discourse, in the political discourse of this country, now it's fashionable to talk about land. But way back then, they were saying we were crazy when we were talking about land. We are still talking about land even today. The struggle of 1976, it was not only about Africans. It was the struggle of a total overthrow of the system that has repossessed us of our land and which has been oppressing us as Africans. But as you know, Africa, when you are approaching a struggle, you apply strategy and tactics. So Africans and education were part of the strategies and tactics that were applied by Tatu Mothopeng to say, in order for the masses to understand what we are talking about, in order for the masses to liberate themselves, let us use these tools that are before us so that we can conscientize the masses about their dispossession of land. So the entire struggle is still about land in Africa. We are not here to huru Africa. So we are saying, aluta continua. Izwe letu, Africa. Yeah, next to me, I think Africa. Africa has already introduced himself. Africa, he's a grandson of Tatu Mothopeng. And Africa, through him, he has managed to get the legacy of his grandfather continues. And we are so happy about that, because very few of the descendants of the liberation stalwarts, whom you'd find moving the same footsteps of their forefathers. And we are saying to you, Africa, keep the flag high and keep the fire burning, because we are 1 in a million, Johnny Lam. Isolate. From Cape to
Madagascar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think there's no other way to end this podcast than this. Nothing I'll say will sound cooler than this. Thank you for watching NippyCast, straight from Zeph Mothopeng's house outside here. Tovicho, let's sign out. His spirit is here right now. Tovicho. I'm going to leave it running.
Why are you sacrificing human babies? I want to kill this one. My erectile is not dysfunctional. Let's use our president, for example.
Maybe over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa.
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati. Winning everyone.
NippyCast.